everyone, it's Allie and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be going over Dossier fragrances once again. They're a company that I'm super into. For the price, you really can't beat them. They have amazing price points. They start at $29, they go up to $39, $49, and $59. And what I love about them is that they're vegan and cruelty free. So if that's important to you, then they definitely hit those marks. All their fragrances are also crafted in Grasse, France, which if you guys don't know is the perfume capital of the world, which is like super cool because like the fragrances that they create are essentially their takes on really popular niche and designer fragrances. So you're getting that really expensive smell, but for a fraction of the price, which I think is super cool and like awesome. Like they're making fragrances more affordable to people. Another thing that I really love is that you can try the fragrances risk-free. You have 30 days to try it out, and if it doesn't vibe with you, if it's just not your style, you can return it for a full refund of the price. And what I love about that too is that they don't just go to waste. So they don't just throw them out once they get returned. They actually donate them to charities. And I think that is super, super cool and just like an amazing thing that the company does. And yeah, there's just so many great things about Dossier fragrances that like I can't recommend enough, and it's why I keep on talking about them and wanting to partner with them. They're just really good. I love their fragrances. They're really close to the interpretations of the fragrance that they're trying to replicate. And not just that, they just came out with candles recently, and I saw they have a candle inspired by Le Labo's Rose 31, and I'm just like, I think that's gonna be my next purchase because I love candles and I love their take on Le Labo's Rose 31. It's just so freaking amazing and just so good. Honestly, their take I prefer over the original. That's how good I think their fragrances are. That speaks volumes to the original too. Like the original, don't get me wrong, is really beautiful, but like for some reason their take on it is so freaking good. Like it's just so sexy. There's something a little bit more sensual about their version of Rose 31. It's really good. Definitely check it out if you guys haven't checked that one out before. I have talked about it in the past. But today we're going to talk about two fragrances from the Dossier line. I have one from the men's side and one from the women's side. Their fragrances come in boxes like this. They're very simplistic. I love their simplistic approach to packaging. Each package comes with a card that has the notes and a little bit about the fragrance. The fragrance sits inside here, and the bottle looks like this. It's really simplistic. It'll basically say like Musky Oakmoss on the front, and then it'll have the notes listed on here as well. Another thing that I love about them, you guys, is the magnetic cap. I will say it again and again, and I will say it louder for the ones on the back. Mama loves a magnetic cap. There's something like oddly satisfying about just like, puts it up to my microphone, just like, oh my god, I love a magnetic cap. I honestly love the simplistic approach to their packaging. I think it's beautifully done. It's probably one of my favorite packagings as far as like clone houses go. There's just something really simplistic and just really nice and kind of chic about it that I really do dig. And honestly, the cap just, it takes it like to a whole nother level, adding this like magnetic cap. But yeah, so the first one we're going to talk about is Musky Oakmoss. Now this is one of the ones for men, or it is marketed towards men. Fragrance is subjective. You can wear what you want. There are no rules to fragrance, but this one is more marketed towards men because this is their take on the Creed Aventus DNA. Now this one has notes of apple, pineapple, bergamot. You have rose, birch leaf, patchouli, musk, oak moss, and amber. And this is a 15% concentration. So what I love is that this is really close to Aventus. But what I love about this particular one is that this is really reminiscent of the more birchy, prominent Aventuses that are on the market. There are different batches, and the thing about Aventus and the Aventus DNA is that a lot of the batches that come out tend to be different than previous batches. So they're not really consistent when it comes to the original Aventus DNA, the House of Creed. it's not really consistent, which is a downer for some people who like consistency in their fragrances. But it's also kind of cool for like, you know, people that like, you don't know what the next batch is going to smell like. Is it going to be an extra fruity batch? Is it going to be a more fresh batch? Is it going to be a more aromatic batch? Or is it going to be a really woody batch? You just don't know. What I love is that this one I feel like leans more towards the woody side, because I do get the birch note more prominently, but it is fruity at the same time. It has that aromatic quality. The fruit with that pineapple and the apple, it just opens up the fragrance, and it's that burst of just juicy tart fruitiness that really makes Aventus so addictive. This has that in it. And this is a fraction of the cost, you guys. Like, you're saving so much money getting this version, and it lasts a pretty good amount of time. I worn this one twice, and I did get about 6 hours, which is pretty good for the price. I feel like, honestly, this one is one that I wouldn't mind reapplying. I do feel like the Aventus DNA is unisex, but it does lean slightly more masculine, but it is a very unisex fragrance. And if you're into really just sexy, slightly birchy, fruity, aromatic fragrances, then you guys look no further. Musky Oakmoss is a really, really good one. I honestly really do enjoy this one. It's really, really sexy and just really, really nice. Like, it's a pleasant fragrance that I think you'd be hard pressed not to like. Like, this is a really likable fragrance. You're not going to choke people out wearing this. You're going to smell fresh. You're going to smell clean. You're going to smell a little woody. You're just going to smell, all in all, sexy and real good. So definitely check this one out. This was one that you're interested in. I highly recommend it. Definitely really good. Like I said, the longevity isn't as intense as the original. But for the price, you guys, like 6 hours, that is a pretty good amount of time. Like, I'm not going to lie, I kind of dig this one. Now the next one that we're going to talk about is one from the feminine line, and this is Floral Ylang-Ylang, and this is their take on Chanel's Gabrielle. So this is their take on the original Chanel Gabrielle, not the essence, but just the original. This one has notes of lily, grapefruit, you have blackberry, ylang-ylang, tuberose, jasmine, you've got musk, orange, blossom, and orris. And you guys, I love Chanel Gabrielle. I own the essence. I haven't bought the original Gabrielle, only because I preferred the essence a little more. But the original Chanel Gabrielle is still a really beautiful, classic, really sophisticated floral fragrance that has sort of a cold touch to it that is just really, really captivating. This encompasses that fragrance so well. And this one is nuclear. Like, I was honestly surprised. Like, this one lasted all day for me. I work about a 9-hour shift at work sometimes, including with my lunch and everything. And this will last the entirety of my day. I can still smell it at the end of my day, which I think is super cool. Now, this one is just so, so good, you guys. I really, really do enjoy it. It's fruity, it's floral, it's a little cold. You really get that lily in the opening. It's just so bam in your face, and that grapefruit adds this sort of really citrusy, just beautiful opening. It's just, and the florals in this are just blended so beautifully. You definitely get that bright ylang-ylang that adds a slight warmth to the fragrance, but it's not an overtly warm fragrance at all, because the Chanel base is kind of like, there's something cold feeling about Chanel bases, like this sophisticated, cold, kind of like I'm better than you sort of vibe that I get from Chanel fragrances. And it somehow translates through the fragrance, this sort of vibe that the brand sort of has. I think it's a combination of the way they manipulate musk and fruity notes that gives off this sort of like sophisticated, cold vibe. But this has that same vibe. It's fresh, it's fruity, it's very, very floral, and it smells so much like a Chanel fragrance. Like, it smells like Gabrielle. Except this one lasts quite a bit longer. The only reason I didn't buy Chanel Gabrielle was that it lasted around 5 hours or so on my skin. It lasted quite a bit longer on clothes. So that was the only reason why I didn't buy it. I did find that Chanel Essence lasted way longer. That's why I ended up going with the Essence, and it had that heaping dose of jasmine, which I am a big fan of jasmine in fragrance. So for me, it was a no-brainer to go with the Essence. But honestly, now I'm really happy I have this one because like I don't need to buy the other one. Like I've got the Essence and I've got this. Like it's literally perfection. This is a beautiful Ylang-Ylang, slightly fruity fragrance. It has a sort of cold, sophisticated like feel to it. If you know Chanel fragrances, then you probably know what I'm talking about. Like there's something sort of like bad bitch about Chanel fragrances that are just sort of cold and like, oh, I'm better than you. And like, I don't know, they just give that vibe to me, but I really like it, you guys. Like it's such a vibe. Not that I'm that way, but like sometimes you just want to feel like a bad girl, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like they did a great job with this one. Highly recommend it, 10 out of 10. I really like it. I'm definitely going to be using this a lot. I feel like this is going to be perfect for summer. Honestly, you can use this year round, but I really do think it would be really beautiful in summer. Definitely something you can wear dressed up, dressed down, signature scent worthy, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Get yourself Floral Ylang-Ylang. You probably won't be disappointed if you are a fan of the Chanel Gabrielle DNA. Trust me, you guys. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will catch you guys later. And I have some more content on the way. It's just been sort of a very slow kind of month for me, honestly. I've had a lot going on. But if you guys are interested in trying out Dossier fragrances, I will leave a link down below. Click that link and use code AB10 and save yourself some coin. You get an extra 10% off when you click the link and use the code AB10. I don't get any commission from it, you guys. That code is strictly for you guys. It was given to me by Dossier Fragrances to give to you guys so you guys could save some coin. And keep in mind, the more fragrances you buy, the bigger your discount is going to be. And on top of that, add another 10% off. Y'all are going to be saving hella money. You can thank me later, you guys. But till next time, I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.